Have you ever written something like provided sensory input and immediately cringed? It feels vague, it feels lazy, and it definitely doesn't show the clinical reasoning behind what you did. So I'm Nicole, I'm an OT, and together with Stephanie Apizzi, we're the founders of the Note Ninjas. We help therapists like you write strong documentation that reflects the work you're actually doing in your sessions without spending your whole night second guessing your notes. So, today we're going to talk about sensory based interventions and how to document them in a way that actually sounds skilled. Because I know we've all written things like played in shaving cream, or used swing for regulation, or did a sensory activity to improve focus. And while those things may be true, they're not skilled. So don't get us wrong, play based therapy is absolutely skilled, but we need to be showing that in our notes. So those examples, they don't show your thought process, they don't justify the session, and they definitely won't hold up in an audit. So, what do we actually need to include? You want to think about these 5 things. So, number one, what sensory system are you actually targeting? Is it tactile? Is it proprioceptive? Is it vestibular? Two, what activity or tool that you used? So, did you use a scooter board, a swing, a vibration, different textures, whatever it is, it needs to be in there. Three, how the child responded. Were they over responsive? Were they under responsive? Were they seeking, avoidant? Four, what gave you support or what support you gave? Did you provide graded exposure? Did you model? Did you use hand over hand? And five, what was the result? Were they able to focus better, transition easier, engage longer? So here's an example. Instead of saying child played in shaving cream, you might want to say this: child engaged in 3-minute tactile activity using shaving cream to target desensitization. Therapist provided graded exposure with hand over hand support and modeling. Child required verbal reassurance and tactile cueing to maintain contact with the surface. Now that shows skill. Or let's say you're doing an obstacle course for proprioceptive input. Instead of saying you did heavy work, you might write this: child completed 4 obstacle course trials with heavy work components, including pushing, weighted bin, crawling, and jumping. Activities selected to target proprioceptive input for improved regulation. Therapist monitored arousal level and adjusted sequence based on response. Child demonstrated improved task focus during post-activity seated tasks. Now that shows clinical reasoning, and that shows why the activity mattered and why we needed to be there. Let's do one more. Instead of writing use swing for regulation, I'd write child used platform swing and prone for 3-minute trial to provide vestibular input. Therapist facilitated smooth linear motion and monitored for signs of overstimulation. Child initially demonstrated high arousal and was able to transition to seated tabletop task with moderate cueing following input. See the difference? It's not about sounding super fancy. It's about making it crystal clear that what you're doing is therapeutic and not just play. And don't forget to document the carryover, because that's the part that shows medical necessity. So if the sensory input helped improve transitions, reduce the number of cues needed, or allow the child to participate in a tabletop task in the classroom, you want to write that, because that's what makes it skilled, that functional carryover. Inside the Note Ninjas pediatric series, we've built out documentation banks for sensory documentation, plus treatment examples, cueing strategies, and goal ideas, all to help you save time and write better notes. So if you're tired of writing sensory play and hoping no one looks too closely, we've got you. Click the link in the description to check out the pediatric series and follow us, the Note Ninjas, for more ideas that make documentation easier and more defensible. You're already doing the skilled work, so let's make sure your notes actually show it. Talk soon.